Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the vlog. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tim. This is Vehicle Evolution, and if you saw the last upload, today's exhaust day. So what we're doing is we're going to put that into that. So this is the CNT V3 Catback exhaust, and up here is a 3-inch downpipe. So that's the plan. So one of the things I'm noticing about this downpipe is, see where this bend is here? And then I've got the resonator here, which I'm going to assume is where normally a test pipe would be. But if you look underneath the car, and the lighting's probably shit, where that bend is, my pipe goes straight back. So I have a feeling we're going to have to put the downpipe in to connect this whole thing. But we'll see. We may even start it up without exhaust on it to see how loud it is. That would be cool. Alright, so here's the existing exhaust. Like I said, nothing special. Yeah, cheap kit. But we're gonna have to undo this, and then there's a clamp back there, and then it hits the downpipe back there, and I have a feeling that we're gonna have to hook up the downpipe right away, but we will see what happens. So the first thing we had to do was remove the rear diffuser. So that's off now. The bottom of the car is pretty naked now. So next up, we are going to remove this mount because it's easier to just remove it with these bolts. There's one on both sides. Then we'll disconnect it here, and that'll take the main muffler off. And then we can work on the piping. Alright, before we do anything here, we're gonna hit this with some penetrating oil. Try to loosen those up a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. That is rusty as hell. So one of the problems with under the car work is bolts are always rusty as shit. They're usually hard to get off. So that's all disconnected. Now we're gonna take these off. And naturally the neighbor's having yard work done. God damn it. Next we need to remove all of this, and then we can make our way down to the downpipe. Alright, so the downpipe doesn't look like that too big a deal, but I do have to take off this cover to be able to get to it, and then it's just two bolts up there. We should be in good shape. We'll see. The change of plans, I don't think I need to remove this because I should be able to get to the bolts right through here. That would be good. Alright, so it's time to put the new downpipe on, and everything is pretty much the exact opposite. So got a new gasket for it. Go here, and I'll get this bolted in place. Pretty simple. Should be pretty quick. So there's the new downpipe. I'll put in. We'll get the rest of it hooked up. Alright, so I'm sure you guys want to hear it with just the downpipe by itself, so here you go. straight piping your Genesis, that's what it would sound like. Now we've got to connect this part of the exhaust up to the resonator of the downpipe. Just a couple bolts and in it will go. Alright, so this part's on. I haven't actually put on the mufflers. And so this awesome beach blanket is just so I don't scratch up my back while doing this. Alright, so now it's time to put one of the pipes on. And what I'm going to do is reattach the mounting brackets right to the muffler. And I'm going to mount this one to the back first. That way I have support for all of this while I do all the bolt work up at the front. Because otherwise the whole thing just hangs down. It's a pain in the ass. And nobody wants that. Alright, so there's one. And one of the things I read about the CNT one was just some fitting issues. And looking at the back here, and we're going to have a little bit of adjusting to do, but it's not going to be too bad. So, in my never-ending effort to give you guys some kind of a learning experience, I smacked my head with a wrench. So, lesson learned here. Always push the wrench away from your face. Yeah. Hurts. Alright. So there it is. Some big exhaust tips there. It's awesome. Can't wait to hear it. So you may have seen on other videos, this side especially sits a little low. And to even it out, because we were able to even it out, you're gonna need to put a bracket up there. So all this is a exhaust clamp, 2 3/4 around the rubber grommet that's there, and all you're doing is squeezing it up so that the exhaust pushes up and it evens out. So now it's time to put the rear diffuser back on, and we're gonna have to do some trimming because, as you can see here, maybe you can see here, this exhaust sits a little lower than the last one. So definitely gonna have to cut a little. Aggressive, sounds cool, sounds aggressive. I think I've got a bit more power increase from it. Nothing super huge, but noticeable. And yeah, for the money, I think I did well. The only thing I think I would get with the ARC exhaust is I think the cabin sound probably would be a little bit lower, the way that exhaust is constructed. So beyond that, which the sound inside the cabin doesn't bother me anyway. This is a sports car. It's supposed to sound like a sports car. It's not a luxury sedan. So that doesn't bother me. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Very happy with it. Would highly recommend it. So that's pretty much it for this vlog. If you liked the video, please give it a huge thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. We're going to be doing lowering springs next, and hopefully some neat stuff down the road. But that's all for me for now, guys. Till next time, take it easy.